Hey everybody, Jeff with the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. As always, thanks for listening to the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. Everybody over at KGVE appreciates that. All of us here in my family appreciate it. GRDA appreciates that. I'd like for you to check in from time to time over on the GRDA Facebook page and check in on their website to see what's new and what kind of things that they've got going on. We see the GRDA out in their boats patrolling just about every weekend here at Grand Lake. I don't see them every day, but we do see them out on the weekends, making sure everybody's under control and treating the lake like they should. So anyway, we sure appreciate those guys when they're out there serving all of us on the lake. So the fishing at Grand Lake right now is still just pretty much the same old, everybody. We are in a late summer pattern that is going to continue to go through the rest of August and September, first part of October, before we start really seeing some changes in the temperature. We're not going to see a whole lot of changes in the fishing. And, you know, the only thing that can really change it is if we get a big inflow of water, which can happen sometimes in the fall. But historically, all of our big inflows come earlier in the year or a little bit later in winter, toward the end of October through December. We can get some big inflows in the winter. So if you're fishing out at Grand Lake right now, what you're doing and catching fish is probably going to be doing what you're catching fish for the next month or so. Anyway, the crappie fishing is still good, but like Hayden said last week, you're not just going to pull up someplace and probably just catch limits. You're going to have to keep moving around because a lot of the active fish, there's just not as many fish on that structure right now. And I think I've kind of put two and two together on some of this, why some of these fish get so finicky this time of the year here at the lake, because, you know, there's a lot of lakes that you can go to that we don't quite see the fish getting as finicky as they do here. But falling water really turns all fish off. Not very often will you go fishing and the lake is on a fall where you really see a lot of aggressive action. And I don't know where the lake level is right now, but I know that they pull the lake down to, I think it's 742, and they have to have it down there, I believe, by the end of August. So typically our lake is on a fall in August, and sometimes that can just make those fish just a little bit finicky. I know it really affects the crappie and the catfish. I don't know so much on the white bass and the black bass. But I would say, without a doubt, the crappie and the catfish do not react as well daily when the lake is falling. And how these fish know that the lake's falling is just really beyond me. It's such a slow fall, but somehow they know. And I've often wondered when you see this lake falling an inch or two a week, how that could affect fish that have so much water and the depth of water around them that you know, they're out there. It really shouldn't bother them too bad. A fast fall is really hard on them. We understand that when the lake's falling, you know, a half a foot to three quarters of a foot a day, that is, you know, that can really put a shock to their system. But these slow falls and how finicky they can get is really interesting. Have seen a good report from guys catching fish down below the dam. You know, when the lake is falling, they are generating and running water. So you want to make sure you tune into that generation schedule. But if you get consistent inflows down below the dam right now, boy, you can really have a good time catching fish. And I saw some good reports of some guys catching blue catfish down there, tied up to the cable. I think I saw that over on the Grand Fishing Report Facebook group, is what they were doing. Now, I don't know if they're generating water every day. Like I said, you need to try to figure that out on your own. But if you have consistent generation, you can really catch a lot of fish. That'd be some place to go try that if you haven't tried it before and you like the catfish. But just remember, when they shut that water off, and Hudson Lake level is low, you might really have a hard time getting out on that boat ramp down there, at the state park. So, you really need to kind of watch what you're doing. That water is really swift down there. Make sure your boat is operating, properly and, very reliable. Otherwise, you could get swept down the river and pushed into the first bridge down there and have a real problem. So just a few things to consider always if you go down there this time of year, any time of the year. But it is a wonderful place to fish, and you can fish from the bank down there as well. So anyway, guys, we've got hunting season coming up here pretty quick. I'm going to switch over and start talking a little bit more hunting, but I've been seeing some dove land here in the yard for the past few days. We've got neighbors that have bird seed out, and of course, we got plenty of squirrels and birds, but every year this time of year we have a few dove roll in, and they kind of like that free food out there. They come, and I watch them peck around on the ground, and my dog watches them, and anyway, we get a kick out of those guys down there. But it reminds me that September 1st is opening day of dove season. That kind of kicks off dove season and hunting season here in Oklahoma. And October 1st, we've got opening day of archery season. And boy, I tell you, there's a lot of people getting wound up right now with trail cameras and salt and corn and all kinds of stuff, getting out there to find pictures or get pictures of that monster buck that they're running around looking for. It's a tradition here in Oklahoma, and usually by the end of August, we've got a lot of guys out in the field starting to put trail cameras up and start to kind of get an inventory of their deer herd. Hey, I hope that you come visit us at fishlucky.com. I hope you visit us at ongrandtime.com. And if you're interested in a facial or a massage, make sure you visit with Patricia over at VIP Grand Lake. That's my wife's spa over here at Monkey Island. It's right across from the Shebang restaurant that's been there forever, VIP Spa. And anyway, I sure appreciate you guys listening. And as always, good luck out there.